Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. This is not the first video I've recorded for the week. I promise you that. It's probably the first one you will see though. I had made about 5 videos in the beginning part of this week about what I've been working on and all that good stuff. The problem is that my phone has a weird memory system on my phone. So like every time I try to like save it, sometimes some wonky stuff happens sometimes, and that is apparently what has been happening. I did record 2 videos on Sunday saying, hey, I'm at this particular point in the stripy blanket, which I've shown on the Discord board, so that's no problem. But the thing is I've also made a lot of progress on that blanket to the point of being ready for Stash Dosh. I was showing off that point. I was showing off, what the fact that I've been watching a lot of movies over the past couple days too. I spent a lot of time on Sunday working on, quite frankly, watching a lot of the original Star Trek movies. And I was kind of proud of myself. I was like, hey, I've seen these before. Let me just use these as background noise, essentially, as I am working on this blanket. And then I showed that, and I'm like, hey, I've got a coffee cup that I want to show off and use. And then, I figured all of this shizzed stuff out last night pretty late. I saw on my phone that I only had picture files and not, video files. I honestly went into a major spiral. So instead of talking about it for the first time on stream later, I wanted to make a mention of it and kind of apologize if I seem a little bit more frustrated for the rest of the week. And also a lot of the videos that I had made 5 of them. A lot of them included me showing off the process of putting my nails on for the first time in like months. I was super proud of myself because it was something I haven't done in a while. And then, the second layer and all that. Hold on, I'll show you in like 2 seconds. Let me just dump it back in the tray, because if I don't do it now, I will forget. Hang on. Great, so that's the color. Very sparkly. It'll be better once I turn the lights on for stream today, but you're getting me raw before I have showered, before I have changed, before I have even like had breakfast or even coffee in the morning. So yeah, I did not sleep. Essentially what that means is that you're getting the pre-coffee silver, but like also the silver that has not been polished, I guess you can say, for the most part. I mean, I never really polished, let's be completely fair about that, but like the less awake me and the less like, hey, I'm more calm about things than I will have been, mostly because I didn't sleep all that well because of all the issues I told you about. Like, I literally figured this all out right before I had to go to bed last night, and like poor MTI, like had to deal with me like, okay, I'm gonna say it, bitching and moaning for almost a half an hour to 45 minutes about this issue with my phone. And poor dear, of course, goes in and tries to help me solve the problem, and I'm like, I cannot fathom how you would think you'd be able to find the videos that like I spent over a half an hour finding, but go for it, you know what I mean? I don't know. But I mean, that's his IT brain. He goes into, let's try to fix it, let's not, just count it out quite yet. And I'm like, okay, well, if by some minor miracle I happen to find those videos, you'll see what I mean. But I figure I would do kind of a whip and chat here before I even get started on the stream today, and just kind of explain a little bit about what's going on and why I'm so mad. I might just be a little bit quiet on stream today, and due to my I'm very angry. Let's put it that way. I use a phone carrier that's not really like one of the big main companies. I won't say the name just because I don't want to put them on blast, but I probably should. They don't have a way of grabbing your pictures and stuff from the phone very easily, and every time you call them for customer service needs, they're worse than the company that I left to come to them sometimes, especially after the panini, and I'm kind of frustrated with that too. And so, like, i.e., you have 3 chances to fix your password for your voicemail, otherwise you won't be able to get back in until you call them. And of course you call them and there ain't nobody there, and so you have to call them during certain time frames, and you're just like, that's ridiculous. I don't do calls. That's why I have such a high text ability, so I have more text than I do voice calls for a reason. I am a millennial. Hello, I don't call. Anyway, it's just stuff like that. And so I was trying to explain to MTI kind of like why I was so super frustrated. And and this has been like 3 days of almost radio silence for me because I was trying to save my voice for today, try to save my spoons, whatever spoons I happen to get after my birthday stream last week. And I think it demolished my spoons entirely. So I'm kind of debating the wisdom of streaming today with like 3 spoons, but I think it'll be fine. Because most of the time when I'm talking to everyone on stream, I'm a little bit more calm about things. I can kind of human a little bit better when I'm with other humans. Which is weird because I'm total introvert, but that's fine. I'm really loving this painting. I'm also going to mention the fact that I think I'm stressing out again about all of the things I want to try to finish this week before Stash Dash begins. But that was another thing that MTI was able to like put into perspective last night. He's like, dude, you don't need to do all the things. You're putting this added pressure on yourself. And he has to keep reminding me, I'm like, I do not need to finish this, that, and the other thing. Like, you don't have to do it. Like, you've got plenty of time throughout the course of the summer. Like you said, you were taking a break from all this stuff and making sure that you didn't burn yourself out. Don't do this again, because every time you try to do all of the things before Stash Dash even begins, you ended up burned out. You don't do what you want to do. You end up doing what you feel like you have to do, and then it's not fun. Crafting should be fun, and not coming from a non-crafter, that's actually quite hysterical for him to say. But I think he's been listening to me over the years, so that's kind of funny. And so he's reminding me, he's like, you don't need to do all the things. Like, you're going to be doing a stream on Friday where you'll be, finishing all the things. And at that point, you'll feel much better because, right now you're holding off all these projects for Stash Dash. So you don't need to, like, finish anything else. Like, you'll be finishing a whole butt ton on Friday, hopefully. And I'm crossing my fingers, and he was too, let's be honest. Because he knows me. Sometimes, like, I'll be like, hey, I want to finish X and this, for during the Stash Dash time period, and I don't actually get it done. But I have hopefully set it up this time, and you'll probably see that I set up a lot of blankets for this time around, because I've had a lot of them, a lot of rando blankets sitting around for even years at this point. So I figure if I can get them done, it'll get me a high, yardage count without having to stress about it too much. But yeah, so hopefully that'll work. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I think I've done 3 colors. How long have I been ranting and raving? Like almost 10 minutes. But I just wanted to give you guys like a heads up, like, hey, I do have anger issues. I don't always show it because I'm like, hey, most people on the internet like to show their like polished self. I have a 5-year-old self that will throw up in tantrum. And I did that last night. Thankfully, only MTI sees that for the most part. There'll be times where I'll get up on my what's called a soapbox, but like that's if somebody gets out of hand, usually on stream, or if like, I don't know, the incident with Rivalry a couple years ago, like that issue was something I got up on my soapbox for. But most of the time, yeah, I'm pretty as laid back and chilled as I possibly can be, because I know the anger of a 5-year-old or whatever is not conducive to conversing and dealing with the world. But just some days, it's like some days you just want to like use your 5-year-old voice and say, you know what, enough is enough. I feel like throwing a tantrum. Get on my level. And yeah, the phone issue has been has been something that's just gotten on my nerves, and I cannot not say anything. So if you see a lot more videos kind of this style from now on, I'm on my desk. I'm literally on my desk kind of working on stuff or whatever. That is why. I'm gonna try to go lighter on the phone videos just so that it stops being a bootay. Like, seriously, like, the first day I had my phone, it was crying about not having enough space. And a lot of it, I think, is having to do with all the apps that it thinks that I need to have. Like, Facebook, I don't use Facebook anymore. But, like, the Meta company, like, has so many different things that it does. And so it keeps trying to download it to my phone. And I'm like, no, I don't want Facebook. I don't really use Instagram, except maybe every once in a while to put posts up, which I'm also going to apologize for now. There are going to be a lot more posts going up, probably starting Friday. Basically, whenever I finish things, I'm going to try to remember, hey, I did it today. I finished it today, and then just post it. And so there's going to be a few the first couple days, but then I'm going to try to get better about when I'm actually done with something, just putting it up right away. But honestly, I don't like, at first I was like, oh yeah, it would be nice to have a smartphone to be able to use the Instagram app that everyone wants to put their stuff on. And I'm just like, yeah, but at the same time, it's taking up space on my phone. And of course now Meta owns TikTok too, so now it's like, and I don't do TikTok, so it's like, all right, you know what, I don't even like go to TikTok. I have a TikTok account, I just don't ever really use it. And so I'm like, okay, well, what's the point? And the only time I would really use my Instagram account, of course, is because Instagram is phone only kind of thing, is on my phone. And I'm like, well, I can't even do that anymore. I'm like, oh my god. But yeah, I'm one that likes to play phone. There's an idle game called Eat Venture. I love playing that game on my phone, but heaven help me, it's such a memory suck sometimes too. And I've had to get an I don't even know how you say that, authenticator program too. And so like those two work in tandem to like, yeah. Anyway, like I said, I'm now on like 14 minutes of a ramble. I don't know if any of it's as good as what I've recorded before, but yay nails for the first time in like a couple weeks, so I don't know. Anyway, you know what? Yeah, I've started doing the time lapses are starting to go up now. I keep forgetting to mention that, but the time lapses are starting to go up again on the YouTube channel. So yay! It means that I have paintings that are banked and ready to go, and it's kind of fun to watch them go by fast. Yeah. I have lots of favorite paintings that I do, and this is going to be one of them. I think I'm going to both be sad to see it go and be kind of excited. I did originally section this particular painting out into 4 large sections, like right here. And then in that, I divided that in half for each actual section, so that way, and the reason I did that is I was like, okay, let's see how long one particular side of this larger section will be, and it was over 20 minutes when I sped it up. So I'm like, okay, we need to do some adjusting, and I did that, and there you go. I'm just kind of marking the outside here of this. This is what I'm working on, is the Faery's arm. The Faery is actually holding a, like in the picture, the Faery is actually holding a dragon. So I'm like, okay, if I can get the arm done before I get ready for stream, then I will be working with a lot of like purples and stuff on stream, which will make me even happier too. Like I said, I'm gonna follow my like what I want to work on today. I've been jonesing to work on this painting all week. I had wanted to finish this painting by the end of my streams for May. Don't think that's gonna happen. To be honest, I'm going to be starting the more rainbow reflections in June because of Pride Month. So this one may be put aside depending. But luckily for me, I have enough paintings banked, like I was starting to say before, for the time lapse. Luckily I have enough banked that it won't be a problem, and that I can just kind of, whenever I finish this one, just pop it into there and all that. Like I might spend okay, a little bit of inside baseball. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this, is that I will spend my time during the week for streams. I'll work on a large painting for Wednesday's streams because I usually stream longer those days. And then for the rest of the week, I'll be working on like 30 by 40s. I may actually work on this painting the entire time, the entire like rest of the time, just to kind of fill it and make sure I'm done, like almost, you know, I'm getting it done at least. I don't know. I'm, like I said, I'm back and forth. My brain is just in my I'm really mad at everything phase, so it's still like, yeah, let's randomly talk about everything. And yeah, hopefully my filter does, well, luckily for me, my filter does come on once my caffeine intake starts up for the day. Oh yeah, I've got to remind MTI he needs to get my Huel things too. I've started drinking these like Huel protein shaky things, which you've probably seen in recent videos. That is a company by called Huel. It's they're very good. Oh my gosh, some of them are caffeine like caffeine based, and some of them are not, depending on which ones you want it. But anyway. I ever since I've been drinking those, my stomach actually feels a lot better than it had been. I think it was because I was eating a lot of like Triscuits and things like that, and a lot of pasta, and all the pasta was ruining my stomach. So it was like, hey, you know. And then once I put the more protein in my system, it kind of leveled out. So that's always good. That is something I figured out during the course of these stash vlogs. So I thank you for coming on that journey with me, which is really good that, you know, improvements have been made. I keep saying I'm going to let you go, but I kind of want to finish this little section here before I give up for the day of recording things and whatever. Yeah. And also, I don't think I want to stream today. My body is telling me, hey, you're too tired. You're too upset with the situation. Like, why are we subjecting live peoples to that? But then I'm like, you know what? They might make me feel better if I do. I don't know. And then, of course, I remind myself, oh, yeah, I didn't actually take away the birthday stream shenanigans. I need to go and fix that. So, let me just finish up these last few U's, which is the last of the colors that I had pulled out of my case here. I don't know if I've ever shown this even on stream. Hold on, let me just put the diamonds down, move that out of the side. But I've got these cases. I don't even know if I can back up enough. It's set up for stream. But anyway, I have all of these release papers out of the way too, but like I have all these containers and all these colors and it looks like a briefcase. So I was like, okay, let's just call it a case. I have this case, and it helps so much when it comes to the different colors and finding them too. Yeah, didn't mention this is a kit by Craftibly, so I'm not sponsored by them. I kind of wish I was, but I did put up a picture on Insta yesterday, I think, from Craftibly, because I actually finished a painting, and that's part of why I was upset. So I finished a painting literally while I was holding my phone over it and talking to y'all. I don't know. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Hey y'all, how you doing? Still a little bit tired, but I wanted to show you the chaos that happened after the initial Stash stream last night. I did finish all the things that I wanted to finish. Didn't weave in ends, have the remainder of the ball of all the socks. So it's just utter chaos. I'm gonna try to make a little bit of sense out of it, and put stuff away, the camera that's sitting over here that was showing off all the whips and things, and weaving some ends, and I don't know. Eventually, I want to get down to the bottom of the pile that's there. The poor painting got buried in 10 seconds last night, so that was fun. Yeah, I ended up streaming until about, what was it, almost 5 this morning. I ended up staying up until 6:30, kind of weaving in the ends of that and trying to wrangle a little bit, but as you can tell, my focus is definitely not on anything important, but those are my glasses. So there you go. Alright, hopefully this video saves, because this is kind of funny. You can hear me struggling to wake up right now. It's 1:45 in the afternoon. After sleeping a few hours, I'm still kind of what just happened? So I've got literally the pile of whips here. I'm going to have to reclaim all of the markers and finish weaving in the ends on everything. This, I actually have to get up the gumption to try on, because this is the Gemini top that I can actually wear in the summertime. So, and then I got a blanket down here, and there's a shawl down there eventually. And hey, look, a painting. I was working on the painting for a couple of hours before I started finishing things at midnight. So it's down there, I promise. The section I did, I purposefully covered with the case so I can do this. And now I'm stressing myself about it. Oh my god. Anyway, for real, I'm gonna get my computer back up and going again. Yeah. See you later. Hey everyone, happy Saturday morning. That pile that you're seeing right there, all of the stuff that's too big to take pictures on my desk upstairs. So I'm gonna get on that. Yeah, I'm still waking up. It's 8:30 roughly. So I'm gonna try to convince MDI to make coffee for me. But I gotta grab breakfast before that. So anyway, let's get this done. So, funny story, when I was putting this one up, I'm oh hey, there's still markers in that one. You can't see it, but I'm thunking my head right now. Hey everyone, happy Saturday. Today is literally the day that I finally get my button gear and create the spreadsheet for the Stash stuff. I don't know if you can kind of see me putzing around here. I do have a list of everything that I'm planning on doing for Stash, what I did on Friday night, including the calculations I did late on stream, which I need to double check to make sure I'm doing right. I also have not been really keeping up with all of the stuff that I have projects for this year, so I think I'm going to do that too today at some point. But first, this one. But I wanted to check in, say hi, see how you're all doing. I'm actually just going to close out the vlog here, even though it's 9 o'clock in the morning. Just because that's kind of, I know I'm gonna be boring if I record myself doing this. As you can see, I had a little bit of a sensory issue last night where that meant I was just picking up my nail polish left and right, but luckily for me, I will be taking it off at some point today anyway. That was per what I wanted to do for scheduling, and then putting it on again maybe Tuesday or something. I like to let my nails breathe a little bit, especially after I've had like lots and lots of sparkles on my fingernails. Anyway, for real now, I will see you guys next week. Have a great week, everyone. Oh yeah, and I did finish a lot of things, so it's gonna be a little bit of a slideshow at the end, so y'all know. Alright, bye y'all.